thank you for joining me for yoga for strength and flexibility. My name is Jody and I'm recording this for the York County Library in South Carolina. So for today's practice, if you have a small circular band, I have the material variety, but certainly the rubber ones are just fine. Or if you have a band, you can just tie it in a knot so it makes a circle. Yoga mat block is optional. So we're gonna set this to the side. We're gonna start at the top of our mats. And in this video today, we're gonna really focus on both spine and hip mobility, but we're also gonna work on increasing core strength as well as upper body strength. And our core starts here with our glutes. So we're gonna specifically be working glutes today. So finding mountain pose, which is a nice, strong, stable position. We wanna lift the toes up, and then as you go to set your toes down, you're gonna spread them as wide as possible, creating a nice wide base. Roll the shoulders up, down, and back. So it's almost like we're dropping our shoulder blades into our back pockets. Standing tall, actively reaching our fingertips towards our mats. We're gonna inhale a little more length into the spine, gently close the eyes, and then exhale, left ear over to the shoulder. Inhale your way back to center, exhale to the other side. Gently opening up our neck. Inhale, coming back up to center. Exhale, turning and looking over the left shoulder as far as we can. Release center and inhale, looking over the opposite side. Good, come back to center and let's take a deep breath in. Inhale, sweeping arms all the way up overhead. Exhaling slowly. Let's do that a few more times, allowing your breath to guide your pace. Inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, lowering down. Using your next inhale, stretch the arms high, interlace fingertips together, turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Make sure your heels are connected. Inhale a little bit more length. Exhale over to our left, pressing weight into the opposite foot. So we're pressing weight into the outer edge of the foot, really creating a longer, deeper side stretch. Inhale back up to center, exhale other side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, take the palms in front. So what I'm trying to do is press through the shoulder blades, round through the upper back, drop the chin to the chest, and then inhale, lift back up to the center, exhaling, baby back bend. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release hands to heart center. Let's begin our short flow to create warmth and heat our muscles up. Inhale, lifting arms overhead. Exhale, hinge from the hips, swan dive forward, releasing into a forward fold. So if you need your block here to close the distance, that's perfectly okay. Inhale, look up into monkey, long spine, flat back, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching all the way up, little baby back bend, and then have a seat, Utkatasana or chair pose. Feeling strength and stability in our lower body. Inhale, lifting back up. Exhale, swan dive forward. We'll just run through that a couple more times. Inhale, look up into monkey, long spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching up, baby back bend. Have a seat, chair pose or Utkatasana. Maybe going a little bit lower this time. Let's do that one more time through. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hinge from the hips, swan dive forward. Inhale, look up into monkey. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, reaching up, baby back bend. Have a seat, chair pose. And pause right here. Take the chair sit as low as you comfortably can. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, twisting to one side. Palms will remain gently resting on top of one another. Lots of spinal mobility engulfed, lots of twisting. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, forward fold. here, let's let our head and neck become very heavy. Gently nod the head yes. And shake the head no. Go ahead and reach for your small circle band, and then slowly walk your hands up the thighs until you're standing tall. First strength move, we're gonna take this up to you. You can place it around your ankles. The lower you have it, the harder it's gonna feel. So if you want it to be a little bit easier to start, you could bring it up just above the knees. So we're gonna work a lot of functional core by balancing on one leg, but if your balance is off today, perhaps lack of sleep or extra stress, you can just walk a little bit closer to a wall or a sofa so you have a little bit of support. So we're gonna balance on the right leg with our toes spread nice and wide, and then we'll lift the left leg out for 10. So you exhale as you lift, you inhale as you lower. So it's really gonna help with your balance to find a non-moving focal point that's 2 or 3 feet out in front of your mat. 4 more. We're just doing one set on each side to kind of give you a taste of what you can do. These are also great for travel. One more time, and freeze at the top for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Just kind of shake it out side to side. Let's do the same thing on the other side, making sure the toes are spread wide, foot's relaxed. Exhale, lift up. We want to make sure we're standing tall. So it's easy to lean, but that's cheating. So if you can stay up nice and tall and do the work here from the hip and outer thigh, that's ideal. Halfway there. 5 more. Breathe. We're maintaining our long, smooth, deep belly breath, even with our strength. 1 more. You're gonna hold it up and freeze and release. 1 more move. So again, if you need to hold on, that's perfectly okay. We're gonna target the glutes. So I'm gonna stand tall and we're gonna lift, squeezing from the rear and set it back down. Again, it's easy to wanna bow over, but that's cheating. So let's stand as vertical as possible and just lift from the glutes. Big muscles, good. Very important in golf, squeezing as we lift. So the balancing leg is still doing quite a bit of work. Halfway there, keep going. Squeeze and breathe. Final 4, 3, 2, let's freeze and hold at the top right here. Freeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, shake it out, hinge your hips side to side. Let's go ahead and make it even. Opposite leg lifts, here we go. Squeeze and lift. Belly button pulled in tight, chest stays lifted. See if we can do it without setting the leg down at all. There we go, halfway. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, freeze at the top for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Go ahead and let the band come off. Let's set that to the side, and let's come to the very top of the mat. Big step back with your right foot. We're gonna come into warrior 1, so we're gonna square our hips to the top of the mat. Options for arms, reaching tall. If you find that you're crowding your ears with your shoulders, maybe it's a goalpost arm or even heart center. Take a deep breath in, exhale a little deeper into the warrior base, bending the knee a little bit more. Inhale, open up, warrior 2, stretch the arms tall. And then we're gonna extend both legs, prepping for triangle. So I'm gonna reach all the way out to the front of your mat as far as you can. I like to use a block here, but if you don't have much availability, maybe you just place your hand on your thigh above your knee. So in triangle, we really wanna open the body. So we're stacking the shoulders, we're stacking our hips. So be very careful you don't reach too low, because that will cause us to close the body. So lift, take the shoulder back, breathe, and then exhale, revolve your triangle. So taking navel in towards your knee. On our next exhale, both palms drop down, lift your heel, and we're coming into runner's lunge. So we're working our way a little deeper into the hip flexor. My front knee is bent, back leg is long. We're gonna inhale, lift the hips high, straightening both legs. Exhale, bend, front knee only. Let's do that a few more times. And I'm just switching directions on my mat to give you different views. So let's go ahead and step back into downward facing dog. And here we're gonna bicycle out our heels, bend one knee at a time. We're gonna go ahead and take a giant step forward, coming into warrior one on the opposite side. So starting with our hips square to the front of your mat. Exhaling a little deeper into the warrior base, bending the knee. Inhale, open up, warrior two, very good. From here, straightening the legs, setting up for triangle. So shifting the hips to the back of the mat, reaching as far as you can to the front of the mat, and then releasing into triangle. Keep in mind, one side might feel a little tighter than the other, and it's okay to listen to your body, know what your limitations are. So stacking the body rather than reaching too low. And see how I close my body off there? We want to open the body. Yes. Gaze can rest wherever you're most comfortable. It can stay neutral, it can look up, or it can look down. On our exhale, revolve the triangle, twisting in towards your leg. Breathe deep. And exhale. Release, both palms down, releasing into runner's lunge, please. And inhale, lift both legs, straightening them out, and then bend front knee only. A few more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Two more times. Last time. And let's step back into downward facing dog. This time we're gonna lift the heels together, stretching through the bottoms of the feet, and then sending both heels back down. On our next inhale, sliding into plank pose. If this is too much for you today, please drop to your knees, make it a supported plank like this. 3 yoga push-ups, meaning hug your elbows in tight to your side ribs, slowly lower down, and then exhale, press up. 2 more times, building core and shoulder strength here. Very important for our golf game. Push up and back, finding down, child's pose, arms outstretched. Inhale, let's make our way up into tabletop. So we're on all fours with our shoulders stacked above the wrist and then our hips stacked right on top of our knees. Shakavakasana or cat-cow. We inhale, drop the belly down, bring the gaze up, and then exhale, tuck and round. Slowly make your way back and forth, moving as slow as you need to. Let's do one more in each direction. And then we're gonna come back into neutral spine and we're gonna start to take baby steps with our hands, turning the fingertips as close as we can towards the knees. Some of us may not have quite that range, and that's okay. Maybe your fingertips are just to the side. This is a pretty deep forearm stretch. So if you're not ready to go here, that is okay. We're listening to our bodies. Forearm muscles really tense up a lot when we're gripping our golf clubs, so it's very important to stretch them out after in the opposite direction. This is a great stretch for that. Let's hold one more breath, and then we'll slowly walk the hands back around. Remaining in tabletop, we're just gonna inhale, extend left arm, right leg long with the core engaged. So navel's drawn in towards your spine. Exhale, pull your elbow towards your knee. So we're balancing functional core strength. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, squeeze in. We're doing 8 total on this side. So moving slowly with intention and really contracting through the core as we squeeze in. We're halfway there. Lift and squeeze. We've got it. 3 more. Very good. Have a seat back on your heels and just take a moment to circle your wrist. If you're not comfortable sitting on your heels, you might feel better sitting on a couch cushion or even a block. So taking some of the pressure off of your knees that way. Let's come back into our tabletop position and we're going to extend opposite side, right arm, left leg. So starting with a deep inhale, lengthening, and then exhale, elbow to the knee, squeezing, contracting, and right back out. Very good. We've got to make it even. Halfway, 4 more to go. Last one. Excellent. Go ahead and take both palms down. Move your left palm directly under your nose. Inhale, fingertips up into a spinal twist. On your exhale, we're going to bend the elbow, thread the needle, and you're going to release all the way down onto your mat. Make sure we have space between the ear and the shoulder. This is a rear deltoid opener. So if you're feeling enough of a stretch here, stay. Only if you want to go deeper, walk your left fingertips to the top of the mat, or reach tall to the ceiling, or find the vine looking for the pocket behind you. So pick the option that feels best to your body today, and then really breathe into the shoulder. Imagine yourself sinking or melting a little deeper into the mat with each exhale. Let's use our next exhale to slowly unwind. Draw the right palms up one last time, and then release the palm directly under the nose. Inhale, left fingertips high, spinal twist. And you might even get a self-adjustment as long as it's pain-free. That's good. Exhale, bend the elbow, thread the needle. Create space between the ear and the shoulder. Settle in. And then decide if you want to take the stretch any deeper. You can walk the right fingertips forward. You can also reach tall to the ceiling, or you can look for the bind. Breathing deeply as we hold. On our exhale, unwind, draw the palm up, and release back into tabletop. So if you have 2 blocks, you may want to use them on the longer ends. I only have one today. We're going to take a big step forward with our left foot. So we're coming into a supported lunge, really working on opening this hip flexor. So send the hips forward, and maybe you want to rest your palms on your blocks. Maybe you want to come up onto your thigh, or maybe you want to inhale your way into a little baby back bend, creating a little deeper stretch. Let's inhale, hands to heart center, and exhale, shift the weight back, moving into half splits. Lengthening the front leg, pull the big toe towards your chin. And when you're ready, we're gonna put a bend back in the knee, and we're gonna heel toe the foot all the way across the mat, coming into pigeon pose. So ideally, you are equally distributing your weight here. So equally distribute the weight, and then decide if you want to walk out to your forearms, maybe walk out to your block, or even just stack your fist and then rest the forehead. gently draw yourself upright, bend your back knee. If you can reach it, this is king pigeon. Pull your heel in towards your low back. You're gonna feel a stretch through the front of your thigh and the quadricep. And then we're gonna shift the stretch by pressing the foot into your palm. And then slowly release. And come back up onto hands and knees. Giant step forward with our opposite leg. So we're moving into our supported lunge. Either hands on the long end of the blocks, palms on your thigh, or inhaling our way into the baby back bend. Let's release and shift back, half splits. Lengthening this front leg, pulling the big toe in towards the chin. Putting a bend back in the knee. Let's go ahead and heel toe your foot all the way across. Let's find pigeon here. Remember, weight should be equally distributed. So if you need an assistance from a block, you can always slide it under the hip if you're struggling with that. You can walk it out to your block, your forearms, maybe stack your fist here, rest. Let's inhale, slowly draw the chest back upright, bend the back knee. So side view is like this. You're in pigeon. We move into king pigeon, we bend the back knee, we gently pull the heel in, feeling this through the front of the thigh, and then push the foot away, creating a little bit more spinal extension. Breathe. And exhale, release. Go ahead and drop over onto your hip, bringing the leg all the way up and around. One more core challenge. We're gonna move into boat pose. If this is new to you, you'll start with your hands behind your hips. And what we're gonna do is create a tight tummy. So draw the belly button in towards your spine. Tip back, and maybe just start with alternating your legs. If that's okay, not much of a challenge, lift both legs. If that's not much of a challenge, extend your arms. What tends to happen in boat pose is we round into it. Instead of doing that, we're gonna lift the heart, drop the shoulder blades down, and really create a nice long spine, maybe even straightening the legs. So your core is at work here. You might even feel yourself shake a little bit, and that's okay. You know you're working. So we're squeezing tight through the core, but we're still breathing, and we're gonna hold 2 more full cycles of breath. Then we will meet in reverse tabletop or reverse incline plank. So either one, your palms are down, fingertips in towards your hips. I'm coming into reverse tabletop, so I'm gonna extend up and lift my hips up as high as I comfortably can to the ceiling, really opening up now through the front of the shoulders. And then exhaling, slowly lowering the tailbone back down to the mat. I'm gonna reach for my band one more time. We have one more strength exercise to go. This one is called a clamshell. So I'm gonna place it back up above the knees, and then I'm gonna bend both knees around 90 degrees, keep your heels together, and then your head and neck can just rest on your outstretched arm. So keeping your heels together, we are gonna open and close. So with clamshells, the idea when you work with bands is that you're resisting in both directions. It's easy to let the band just pull you back together, but you have to resist on the way back. All right, so you exhale as you open, inhale down. We'll do 10 like we did before. So we're not doing very many, so make each one count. Control. Feel the hips and outer thighs getting stronger. And on this last one, can we freeze and hold at the top right here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. So you can go ahead and roll over to the other side, or you can spin around like this. Whatever is easier. We need to make it even, resting your head and neck on your outstretched arm. Let's lift up and down. Exhale up, inhale down. Nice and slow. almost there. 2 more and we're done. On your last one, hold it up and pause for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. We can remove our band and just roll onto your back, please. We're gonna take the right leg over the left, form a figure 4. Foot's flexed, so that means your big toe comes up towards your knee. Reach behind your left thigh, hug it into your chest, and let your hip and outer thigh release. Shoulder blades sink or melt back into your mat, and breathe. Release slowly. And let's take it to the other side. Flex your foot as you find your figure 4. Hands come through. Relax your shoulders. When we hold stretches for a longer period of time, eventually you're going to feel your body respond by opening up and creating more space. And when that happens, go ahead and challenge yourself by drawing the leg a little bit closer to your body, making the stretch just a little more intense. Release, and let's hug both knees in together, bringing hands to the feet. Let's move into happy baby. Heels face up towards the ceiling, knees come down towards your mat, and you can gently rock from side to side, giving our spine a massage. Come back to center, find some stillness, and let's gently release one leg and then the other. Moving into final relaxation or Shavasana. So extending arms and legs overhead, big, long, full body stretch. And then exhale as you move your arms into your sides. Finding your neutral, bringing your awareness back to your breath. Give yourself this time to let your mind and your body simply be. On our next inhale, bring your awareness back into the space. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, you're going to roll over onto your right side, knees bent in fetal position, head and neck resting on your outstretched arm. Let's use our left palm to press down into the mat to make our way back up into a comfortable seated position. Eyes can be open or closed. We're going to close with 2 final breaths. The first one is a cleansing breath. So we'll take a deep inhale, arms reaching all the way up. Big audible exhale through the mouth, side out. One last deep breath in. This time exhaling, hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me.